Hello everyone, Malphite here, and today I want to talk about the new GENG roster for the 2025 LCK season and how the offseason went for this team. We have actually some changes that are very exciting, and I just have to say overall about the team that, at the start of the offseason we thought that the team is going to completely die. I even made a video on my channel titled The End of GENG with like a bunch of question marks and stuff because they said that they don't have any funds, they cannot keep the players, and we heard that Chovy only wants to stay if Kiin stays, and Canyon only stays if Chovy stays, and then they had Peyz, right, but they still wanted Ruler and all this stuff, and so there's just not enough funds to keep the whole roster, but somehow they still cooked up a super team, and it might even be an upgrade. But let's take it step by step and let's look at these players one by one, starting with Kiin in the top lane. So no, it's not Doran. That guy went to T1, right? It's not Dudu. It's not some I don't know, import or something. It's actually Kiin, and he is staying on the roster. And depending on how you look at it, Kiin or Zeus, I mean, they're both like top 2 in top lane in LCK, and after that there's a huge gap in top lane. So Kiin, a very strong player, and GENG somehow managed to retain him, to keep him signed. I don't know if they lowered his salary. I don't know if they signed a deal with the devil, or if they got like a huge loan from someone, or just squeezed their sponsors to give them more money. I don't know what promises they made, but they got Kiin on the roster, and that's not all. They also got Canyon. So they managed to keep Kiin, they managed to keep Canyon in the jungle. And again, Canyon, if you're just looking at the solo skill of the players, Canyon might be the best jungler in the whole LCK. You might consider maybe Honor, you might consider Peanut, but just looking purely at the solo skill, the mechanics of the players, Canyon is just at the top. And this guy has been very solid since he's been in Damwon, since he's been his first year in GENG. He won the title. He won the MSI, right? He got very close to doing really well at Worlds. He got to the semis, right? And then only being defeated by the world champions, which was T1. But other than that, this guy is still a very strong player to keep on your team. So they have arguably the best top laner, they have arguably the best jungler, and now they have also arguably the best mid laner, and that is Chovy. So again, I don't know how they managed to do this, probably because all the best teams already had their mid laners locked, right? There was Faker to T1, there was BDD to KT, there was Showmaker to Damwon, and so there was Zeka to HLE. So all the top teams have already had their star players locked, so Chovy did not really have an option to go somewhere. He could have gone to the LPL, but I think Chovy wants to stay with his team. He wants to stay in GENG, and he wants to prove that he can win, and he wants to win the World's Trophy finally. Every year he's trying to do it. Every year something goes wrong, but I think he's getting closer, and he really wants to do it in LCK, in his hometown. So I think that's somehow how they managed to do it. They somehow lowered the player salaries or got more money or something. They got Kiin, which made Chovy stay, which made Canyon stay. So they somehow locked this top side. But what is even crazier is their AD carry, and it's not Peyz, it's actually Ruler. And so Ruler is coming back from JDG, from the LPL in China, and he's finally coming back to his team after 2 years, to his GENG roster. So he was part of that super team in JDG. They almost got the golden road, they almost won it all, but then T1 won it. And so this year they did not even qualify for Worlds, and so Ruler probably got probably triggered by this, and so he decided, nah, I'm going back home, I'm going back to LCK, and I'm gonna win it finally with my team that I used to be on, and that is GENG. And so they somehow managed to get Ruler instead of Peyz. I think that is a bit of a shame, because Peyz was really a bright talent. He had bad Worlds performance, but other than that, he was really good throughout the whole year. He was insane even the year before that. You know, he got into the team when they replaced Ruler, and now Ruler is replacing him again. And I think that's a really big shame, because I think you could build Peyz into what Chovy is, right? Have them as the core of your team, the identity of the team. But that did not happen. They ended up getting Ruler, and I think, you know, Ruler, although he's 25 already, I think he is still probably the best AD carry in the world. I mean, he has that potential. Obviously, he could not show it last year because they did not qualify to Worlds, but I have never seen any player be more dominant than Ruler in the 2023 World Championship. That was absolutely crazy performance by this guy. He was 1v9ing the games completely, and there was nothing that the other teams could do. I don't think there was such a dominant player this year. So judging based on that, going based off that, Ruler is absolutely insane. And so I don't know how GENG managed to do it, but they upgraded all their roles. I mean, they retained their roles, but they still got a huge upgrade because they possibly signed the best AD carry in the world in their team. And so we're all left with their support position. And so that we're getting Duro. We're not getting Lehends. They had to, I guess, get some money from somewhere, so they did not get Lehends, and probably they got Duro for dirt cheap. They probably promised him to be playing with the best roster he ever could have imagined playing with, and you know, when you can possibly get the world's trophy, be on that roster, that opens so many doors for you as a player, that raises your market value so much, that I don't think he's getting paid a lot, because, you know, just playing with these players, being on that roster automatically makes your value so much higher, and by the time you leave this roster, you'll make a lot more money. So it's kind of investment for the future for this player. So Duro has been playing for quite some time on the Fear X, the Fox team. Before that, he was in the youth challengers teams and so on. He's already 22. He had a solid performance, but I wouldn't say he was like top 3 supports or something, but I think he can still get better. And I think if you have Ruler, I mean, such an AD carry as Ruler can definitely teach you a lot, and just tell you what you need to do, and how they want you to play. And I don't think it's gonna be that much of a problem, you know. I think there's an argument to be made that maybe Peyz Lehends is a better bot lane than Ruler Duro. However, I think with time, with some practice and so on, I think this GENG can even be an upgrade. And if they step it up, you know, I think they can be really, really insane, a big menace in the league. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this team play. I want to know, what do you think about this team? What do you think about Duro replacing Lehends? What do you think about Ruler replacing Peyz? What do you think about this new bot lane? All these players, would you like to see them play somewhere else, or would you like to see other players on this team instead of these guys? It's not 100% confirmed yet, it's like 99%, you know. There have been a lot of leaks, a lot of rumors, and so on. Other than that, if you want to be safe on the internet, go into the description. There is a link for NordVPN with a massive discount. Make sure you like the video, subscribe for more videos like this. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about this roster? Stay rock solid, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.